Incredible news for fans and analysts alike. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle is soaring to unprecedented heights within Sony's expansion efforts. Just recently, it set the bar incredibly high at the international box office, raking in over $330 million globally, a feat that many can only dream of. Meanwhile, the chilling horror flick Conjuring Last Rites is making waves too, pulling in a fantastic $60.5 million in its second weekend across 76 international markets, while the finale of the beloved series Downton Abbey managed to earn more than $30 million in its opening. After dominating theaters in Japan this summer and gradually launching in other regions, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Infinity Castle has finally made its grand debut in key overseas markets, including the United States, thanks to the combined efforts of Sony and Crunchyroll. The film has achieved an impressive milestone, recording the highest opening for an anime film of all time, with a staggering $132.1 million earned globally in its opening weekend alone. This remarkable success breaks down further to $70 million from North America, $29 million from Latin American countries, $17.4 million from Europe, $6 million from the Middle East, $5.2 million from India, and $3.2 million from Australia, among other smaller markets. It's interesting to note that, while such success continues in Japan, Sony does not hold distribution rights in Korea, Taiwan, or China. However, in Korea alone, Infinity Castle has already garnered $34.7 million, currently ranking as the year's third highest grossing film in that market. The phenomenon surrounding the Demon Slayer series is remarkable. Following the immense success of Demon Slayer Mugen Train in 2021, this latest installment has further solidified the popularity of anime worldwide. According to Sony's detailed breakdown, Latin America alone has recorded the highest anime opening in history across several nations. Mexico, $9.8 million, Brazil, $4.4 million, Peru, $2.8 million, Central America, $2.4 million, Argentina, $2.2 million, and Chile, $2.2 million. In key European and Middle Eastern markets, Infinity Castle has opened as the top anime film ever. Here are some notable figures. The UK brought in $4.6 million, Spain $3.7 million, Italy $3 million, Saudi Arabia $2.8 million, and the UAE $1.4 million. India's debut of $5.2 million marks it as the biggest openings for any anime or animated film in that region, while Australia's $3.2 million opening is a record for an animated movie. For context, in Japan, the movie, released under Toho and Aniplex and produced by Ufotable, had already surpassed $282 million at the domestic box office as of last weekend. And with the figures from Sony reported this week, it looks set to go well beyond the $400 million mark. As per usual, we note that official figures from Japan are typically only reliable by Monday, but we're certainly within a close range of the actual totals. What a dazzling achievement for Demon Slayer, and what a tremendous boost for theatrical audiences worldwide. In addition to this notable release, in the international market, the top 5 for Sony Crunchyroll features: Hong Kong, $11.7 million, Indonesia, $7.2 million, Thailand, $7 million, Malaysia, $6.5 million, and the Philippines, $6.4 million. Many of these figures indeed set new records for anime. Looking ahead, French-speaking and German-speaking markets will see their openings next weekend, potentially adding even more to the global success story of Demon Slayer. In the realm of horror, Conjuring Last Rites from New Line and Warner Brothers also made headlines by adding a hefty $60.5 million in its second weekend. The international total now stands above $200 million at $200.8 million, with an impressive global tally of $332.9 million through Sunday. This installment features new launches in France and Belgium, both achieving the largest openings in the franchise's history. And in the Middle East, it marked the highest opening weekend ever for any horror film. Holdovers remain strong for Last Rites. It has become the top horror film in several Latin American markets, including Peru, Guatemala, Nicaragua, and Uruguay, while still claiming the #1 spot in Indonesia, the Philippines, Thailand, and Malaysia. However, Japan is set to see its release next on October 17th. On another note, the farewell visit to Highclere Castle through Downton Abbey, the grand finale, resonated well with audiences, launching in 31 international markets and grossing around $12.3 million, higher than the previous film Downton Abbey: A New Era, and comparable to Ticket to Paradise. Globally, the film's earnings reached around $30.4 million. As anticipated, the UK led the box office for Downton Abbey this weekend with an impressive $6.3 million, outperforming the initial 3-day opening of Downton Abbey: A New Era just within its first 2 days. Meanwhile, France racked up a fantastic $1.4 million across 423 screens, ranking second in the market. This also exceeds both Downton Abbey: A New Era and Ticket to Paradise during the same time frame, showcasing strong support in both commercial and art house cinemas. In Australia, Downton Abbey, the grand finale, netted $1.2 million during its opening weekend, placing third in the market behind Demon Slayer and Conjuring: Last Rites. This performance aligns closely with Downton Abbey: A New Era, and the reviews are overwhelmingly positive. The Netherlands marks the highest opening weekend of the franchise, recording the largest single-day gross in the series' history last Saturday, bringing in $900,000. This exceeded both previous films and tracks closely with Ticket to Paradise. Italy's performance was also commendable, amounting to $500,000 across 350 screens, placing it fourth in the market, behind Demon Slayer, Conjuring: Last Rites, and Materialists, and enhancing its standing in comparison to Downton Abbey: A New Era at similar release points. As we look to the future, upcoming markets on the horizon include Germany, Mexico, Spain, and Japan. What are your thoughts on the phenomenal success of these films? Do you think this trend will continue, or are we nearing the peak of anime's box office explosion? Feel free to share your views in the comments.